Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Man the Maker. Welcome back to Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Last episode, we made it to the second floor. Second floor? I guess it's a floor. Yeah. Defeated a boss. I actually don't remember how well that fight went, but considering my team is basically at full health, except for my poor skeleton here, I'd say we probably did pretty well. It's been a while since my last recording session, hence my lack of memory, but you know, we did well enough. It's been a little bit of time since I last played, and I gotta say, I mean, I took some time in the past few days and messed around in a different game that I have, a different save file, to like try out some fun builds. Somebody gave me some great suggestions. Let me pull up his name here so I can give proper thanks. F. Kelly, thank you very much. I had some good time using the triple shade and singular wraith, right? The idea being, because of his feature, enemy attacks the shade and misses, they receive magic damage. And he's got, what is it? Not only does he have this minus 30 to accuracy, but also this 25 to evasion for one actions, combined with a wraith in the background to drop the cloud. Yeah, 35 to evasion. Basically, you just sit there and you let the opponent bludgeon themselves to death. It was actually a lot of fun. They just would miss. Slowly, we were killing them off. I actually fought some elites doing this and had a pretty good time on. On this floor as well. There was the fight went great, except I had one issue with that because there was I can't remember what they're called. They're like golden golem. No, they're golden because it was an elite, I think. Maybe it's always a golden golem, but it's the golem with the swords, not the big rock golem, but the thin, kind of vaguely Egyptian-looking golem. And because all we had was magic damage, we had a very, very, very hard time killing it because it has 15 resistance. And the only ability I had that I could do damage with was this. 13 to 16 damage. And they had 15 resistance, which means I needed to roll max to deal 1 damage. I did use my spell. Where can I look at my spells here? I was forced to use, I think, this one. Plus 6 attack and plus 6 dread. However, it was really annoying because that opponent also dispels. So it kept dispelling him, and I kept having to cast a spell again on him over and over and over. Like, I fought this thing for like half an hour. So then there is a slight weakness in that. Also, the stress damage doesn't work on it, so I couldn't actually use the stress. But it was still pretty fun, pretty interesting. He also gave me another idea, which I liked as well, which is a Lost Soul in the back and a Lich and a Dark Knight. Just doing stress damage with the Lich's Cloud ability, which does pretty good damage. You can look at that over here. This one. Yeah. Using that, moving people around with the Lost Soul. I think not this one. No. Using Inspire Heroics to move the opponents around quite frequently. And then also the Dark Knight, because she buffs them. So the Dark Knight I gave with Futile Hopes. And I think I buffed it up with this one for that run. So some pretty good ideas. I did quite like them. They're kind of like, I don't know, gimmick. They're like gimmick builds, right? You kind of focus in on a couple of really specific things. I mean, the Lich one is less of a gimmick, but the Shade one is very much so. And it was a ton of fun. But that's enough babbling on about that for me. Thank you very much, F. Kelly. And again, if anybody else has some ideas for builds, I will try them, and I will, I did this in a other game, another save file that I have, but if at all I can, the problem is I would need to make a bunch of shades. Could potentially do that, but we don't have a crazy amount of these things lying around. There's some things that we really want to do with them, which we haven't, I think, even really touched on at all, which is in the alchemy, where you can actually level them up. So did we even talk about this? Right, you can see this one, plus 3 accuracy for this blood. Well, This one, +2 evasion for the armor, +2 luck. You can have them all with these parts, and these are blue, green, but you can also get blue and you can get purple. And how do you get them aside from just getting them dropped? Well, you have to combine 2 of them together. So combining 2 of these gray ones, these just common parts, gives you 1 green. Combining 2 green gives you 1 blue, and combining 2 blue gives you 1 purple. You can see that this sucks up a lot of parts. So this is why, like, even in the late game, parts are very, 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 very important. Enough about that. Let's get into the actual gameplay. So we did get a bunch of levels from that fight, which is quite nice. Our shade here has leveled up. I'm very, very fond of the shades. Now what do we have left? We can use his ultimate. Not bad. 30% of their current vigor. I don't really know how I feel about Deep Shadows. The problem is you have to use it early on to really get the damage, and it does a big chunk of damage early on, right? 30% of their health can be quite a large amount, and it scales down over time, but you need the Wrath to do it, so it's not happening in the first turn, maybe the second, and then use all the Wrath. And we actually, because of our build, we like having a lot of Wrath. This gives it, makes it cheaper, which is really nice, and this one makes it deal more damage. I'm leaning a bit towards the cheaper one. What else can we do here? Iratus gains 15 mana. We can make it, he does more damage. We gain 20 mana, or we gain vigor and we gain mana. I like the health more than the damage here, because he only has 1. He's got no. Okay, this is the only thing that uses the damage. I mean, this does. I don't know if the damage is quite worth it on the shade. Otherwise, the pain reflection, I'm pretty tempted. I mean, pain amplification here, 125% of the damage. This is 100, but ignores ward. I actually don't want this to ignore ward, because I'd rather have this stress damage take off wards, and I'd rather be able to let certain abilities that have a larger immediate impact, like, say, you know, if I want to make them lose 30 accuracy, I'd rather them just not take the stress damage and have them lose the 30 accuracy. The accuracy might be pretty interesting, but I mean, oh god, I do love that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the more defensive option here with Dark Gate. Even just flat out ignoring this. I mean, it is quite nice. Actually, gaining the 2 ward is pretty amazing. Making this cheaper? Alright, let's do that.
Well, my minion.
I think I'm actually very pleased with that one. I mean, having more of the evasion is quite nice as well, but... well, what's done is done, right? Okay, into the Wraith now. Can't use his ultimate just yet. The evolution gives block and ward, or just more dread. That's tough. I mean, we could use Necrotic Wind. The Cold Grasp we again almost never use, so I'm probably not going to go for that one. Removes all buffs from the target, deals 100% damage, 100%. What is the difference here? Oh, it pushes them. Yeah, I do quite like that. Getting people out of stances is very, very, very useful. And again, this just makes him deal so much more damage. And this makes them so much more survivable. In fact, basically, you can make them like practically unkillable, just putting them up in the front and using this whenever you need to. I think I like the damage more here. Let's go for it.
Enemies are in
That is quite a lot of dread, really making the Ghostly Fire pretty powerful. And last but not least, we have our Vampire here. The Vampire. I mean, losing 30% of their current vigor is not so interesting to me. 30%, we only lose 20. Or 50% of their current vigor, but they gain plus 50% damage until the battle ends. Jesus, no way. I mean, I do want the bonus attack, which is a pretty good reason to do it. All blocks against the target ignore both block and ward until the battle ends. They also lose evasion or losing accuracy. I'm pretty into the losing of the accuracy there. This one helps attack more than one. Gives them quite a bit more initiative, but I think I just kind of want the damage here. I will just, honestly, I'm just picking this for that +3 damage. I just want them to deal more. So the question is, alright, we still got some more things to do. Artifacts. One thing we picked up, which is beautiful. Archmage's robes.
My undead features.
That it does. That it does. You are pretty butt-ass naked right here still, but yeah, you apparently have this robe on. Maybe that's what that is, around your waist. All enemies lose 1 ward at the beginning of each battle. Hell yeah. I mean, we're really into the magic attacks, so it's really just nice. So easy. One thing I've been considering, when to use this gambling chip. And I think we're going to use it now. And we're going to go in with a team that really focuses on the stress damage.
Even more than previously.
Which means we're probably going to do something like this. Actually, you need to be in the front. And who's our last component? I mean, probably... No, not there. Probably our mummy here. I think so. One thing, I want you to please go ahead and level up a little bit more. What is your status? Yeah, you need quite a bit of experience until you can, which is not really a frontliner. Maybe instead of the Shade, I take the Banshee. I think I'm going to do that. I mean... They're both kind of defensive. I mean, he just gives that minus to accuracy, but the -6 to attack, especially against the guys we're about to fight, I think is going to be quite good because they get percentage bonuses to their attacks. Things we got to consider. We should probably be upgrading some stuff right now. But what? Don't care for the obelisk. Do we have enough? We do. The library is a pretty solid choice. Excavation was very expensive. I don't think we're going to be quite ready for that. I do want to get the Abode of Wrath up. Another 12. Starting at 24 is pretty large impact. Then again, 35 extra experience. Speaking of experience, we do have 2 points to spend here. It's almost half of an experience point. Well, I mean, okay. It's like about a 1/6 extra. Is that quite worth it? Well, what I do know is we're heading down towards Dark Enlightenment here. We want to gain quite a bit more wrath. And since the vigor rate of minions on battle isn't so interesting to me, we are going to make our Bride of Iratus better. No, we're not, apparently. I also do quite like getting gray matter. And it's nice because it allows you to experiment a little bit more. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay. And then, because of that, did we want to be stronger in the future or just kind of stronger in the immediate? That is the question, right? Boosting up the Abode of Wrath makes us stronger in the actual fight immediately. Whereas the library will give us longer, more dividends as we get further on. And kind of the earlier we do this, the better. So I think we are going to just open up with this one. Which means we need to make a Lich. Let's go ahead and make a Lich then. Lich, Lich, Lich. Where are you? I don't want to use any of my fancy pieces, thank you. Because you're just going to get gobbled up. And then we also, I mean, honestly, we need to make someone to go into it. Who do we want to go into it? We don't have a lost soul. And I think, yeah, but she's so much ectoplasm. And I don't really like them that much. So much ectoplasm. The zombie. You use stuff that we have a fair amount of. No, please. Please, please. Do you? I mean, I guess this is fine. Let's just... The thing is I want someone that I can actually use if I want to later on, right? Like, for example, I think we only actually have one Wraith. Is that right? Because one of them died? 'Tis. I will make a backup Wraith then. That's not who I want at all. Give me a backup Wraith, please. Your rags. Very low on rags here.
Why do I get this sinking feeling in my putrefied?
Why do you indeed? Alright, let's boost up the laboratory here.
You know the dead
And put the Wraith in.
good construction.
It is a shame to just have this empty. But I fear we'll have to leave it so. I mean, I would not mind my Dark Knight leveling up, so I have him as an option. Who can we put? What else shall we make? I know this has been a very wordy episode. Actually, we only have one bride, don't we? And I love the bride of Iratus. So a bride it shall be. Please don't use my higher tier items. Yes, thank you. Craft that.
For me.
And actually, we have this plus resistance thing, which I think I'm going to give to somebody. I think I'm going to give it to you, my friend. You don't ever set targets on fire. I mean, she does, but I don't actually ever use it. Almost nobody ever sets people on fire. So just get the resistance. That's fine. Okay. Who do we actually level up? Probably the bride? Probably. You just go in there. That's fine. And, alright, we're actually ready to go into a fight. We've got this set. We don't have a weapon, which is really sad. But, 'tis what it is. Let's see how we do. They're going to have higher health because of that gambling chip, right? We're going to get 6 additional common parts, which is quite nice. Let's go. Hopefully we don't just get wrecked. But maybe we do. Let's see what they got. It should just be 3 of them, right? The first fight is always only 3. Indeed. Now these guys have a feature. They don't escape at the beginning of each action. They suffer 30 stress damage. For every 10 sanity loss, they gain 1 attack. So they can actually go up in damage quite a bit. And I'm going to just go ahead and probably just try and remove... Actually, let's just buff you up right from the get-go. You're, of course, going to use your crescendo. You make them quite a bit weaker from the get-go, and probably I'm just going to say from the get-go quite a bit. The thing is, I mean, I'm just going to have to tolerate that they're going to get less stress. Using all of my blocks right from the beginning is not great. From the get-go, you might say. Yeah, indeed. Your shields are up. Ouch. You, my friend. We got no debuffs. I mean, I think I'm just going to really start laying this down on you. You've gone insane, and you're going to just deal a lot of extra damage. And I'm going to just try and protect you now. Crescendo again. Like, you can see how much more damage they do all of a sudden. Jesus.
My kingdom comes.
And so much less now. Pain only makes me hit harder. I know, man. I know. We're going to just really try and focus on the 1. Because they do start to hurt a lot. Ouch, so do you. Have I already done the unavoidable curse? I have. It just does... Yeah. I'm just going to keep on focusing you. Letting you do more damage. It's fine. You got your flurry buff. Gives you more attack. That's fine. Cursed Flames. Hopefully we can get this guy to die pretty soon. Let's just keep targeting him as much as we possibly can. Go with your crescendo. It's nice because now we're starting to heal. There's the heart attack we're looking for. You've gone insane. They always go berserk, these guys. That's fine by me. You're going to just do your curse on him. Yep. Oh, the miss. Perfect. That's just what we wanted to happen, isn't it? Yeah. Keep the damage down. No reason not to. No reason not to. Cursed Flames, yeah. We want you to, really want you to die as quickly as possible. There's the heart attack.
Never gets old.
Everybody can now just kind of heal up, can't they? Well, except for you. But actually, we heal just as much as you deal. Yeah, the damage over time will do just fine. Ah, the inspiration is less good. This restores 10% of sanity. That's a bit unfortunate. I think we're just gonna wail. Because we're gonna need to do, yeah, we can get you. I mean, can we actually... How did you lose so much stress there? Oh, it's all of these things, yeah. Well, keep stacking them up there, friend. More damage over time, please. And yeah, now we can just reduce your damage. And we'll get the kill eventually. Easy peasy. Yeah, more unavoidable curses and heart attack. Alas, no, but there it is. All the crits. Beautiful. Nice experience points. Lots and lots of parts. Got a new smoking band here. Still no weapon, which is really what I want. But 'tis what it is. 'Tis what it is. Nice. Bride has gained some experience. He's healed himself all the way back up. Great. Oh, and he's actually leveled. Let's take a look. What we really like for you to do is have more armor. I mean, this is resistance. Yeah, resistance would be pretty good for you. I mean, the damage is also not bad. I think we just want the resistance, though. And, like, the ignore block... Actually, yeah, that's fine. Give us a resistance. Become a little bit tankier. Right, there you go. So, we talked a lot at the beginning of the episode, I realize. But it's okay. We had things to talk about. We got a whole bunch of parts, which is nice because we used a fair amount of them earlier. And we're going to be ready fairly soon to start really digging into the alchemy. Right, like we have enough skulls that we could probably work our way up to some high-level skull. But you gotta be careful, right? You gotta be a little bit careful because you can find yourself in a situation where you've invested so much in this stuff, and you end up, maybe you lose a bunch of units, and suddenly you can't put together the forces that you kind of want. Gotta be a little bit careful, but we're doing fine right now. We're gonna keep on going in this dungeon. Until next time, my name is Man the Maker. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day.